Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on. Okay, everybody, this is the Cherokee Edwards Inspires show. Welcome aboard. And today we have the beautiful Kenya K.A. Atkinson. Is it Atkinson, right?
Is Atkinson, yes.
Atkinson. Okay, awesome. Well, can you tell us a little bit about you? I know that you're a beautiful songbird because I follow you, but tell us a little bit about your background and about the things that you love to do.
Well, I do a multitude of things. I sing, I write and arrange my own music. I'm also a teacher as well. I've taught pre-K and I'm currently teaching third grade.
Oh.
In Newark, New Jersey. That's where I'm teaching.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna break them up. So which one you want to talk about first? Because that's something special to me working with the youth. So which one would you want to talk about first?
We can talk about teaching first.
Yeah. Okay. So how'd you get into teaching?
Well, after I graduated, because I originally went to school for communications, I was actually in a girl group in high school, so I thought after high school we were going to be like famous superstars and things.
Destiny's Child, I hear you.
Yeah, we went through all the Destiny's Child nonsense with the new girl members and feuds and stuff every so often.
Right.
But after college, I actually lived directly across the street from a preschool.
Oh, okay.
And given the fact that I had always worked with kids, like my nephew, my mom raised him, and I also did like summer camps. So I was always working with kids. So I just decided, hey, I live across the street and I already work with kids. I'm used to kids and familiar with them, so I might as well just go ahead and apply across the street.
Right. It's just a natural move, right?
And after I applied to the preschool, I just stuck with preschool for a few years, and then I ended up in elementary school in third grade.
Oh, wow. So how's that for you? How are you liking that?
It's interesting. It was a little different in the beginning. I came in the middle of the year. But I like it. I like the age difference between pre-K and third grade because they're not adults. They're still babyish. They're in the middle.
Right.
They're little people. So I still have the interactions with them where I love you, Miss Atkinson. You're the best. They'll get mad and then they'll get over it. I had a few kids that say that I'm like a second mother to them. So that means a lot also.
Well, you know what? Now, as beautifully as you sing, and I know we're talking about educating the kids, but I know that you had a song that you wrote, and I think you use it to inspire them. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I have a song called Superstar. I wrote it, I want to say I wrote and recorded it maybe like 5 years ago. I didn't forget about it, but I wasn't really thinking about it until I was driving home from work one day, and I was playing the songs from my phone, and that song happened to come on. I'm like, oh, well, this reminds me of my kids, and I can use it to inspire them. And I came to work, actually, and I played it for them. And I have 17 kids in my class, so only one of them says, oh, Miss Atkinson, that sounds just like you. I was like, oh, that's not me. That's my cousin Jessica.
Right.
Too.
Oh my goodness.
So for months, they loved the song. They learned the words. And I never gave them a copy of the words. They just heard the song and they picked up on the words.
Wow.
And they kept saying, oh, I want to find this song. Why can't I find it on YouTube? I went home and I was looking for it.
You didn't want to tell them they had a superstar around them, huh?
No, I didn't want them to
Right.
So I think this was like October, maybe like January or February. I told them I had a surprise for them, and I told them that it was really me. And then I put the song up on YouTube. So I put a lyric video up on YouTube, so they had access to the song and the lyrics, and they were so shocked that it was me because I already told them it was somebody else.
Right, right. They look at you like, you lied to us. You sung this song. I knew it sounded like you. Well, you said only one of your students actually felt like it was you, right?
Yeah, and the rest of them, since I had already told them it wasn't me, I had to actually sing it for them to really believe me.
Oh yeah, you know that was coming. Come on now, you know they're gonna make you prove it now. They're gonna make you prove it.
Yeah, and I also have a friend who works in another school that he uses the song in his school with his kids as well.
Oh wow, you definitely have hit something in. I would love to hear that song. You know, I know I've listened to you sing quite a bit, and you had one song you sung a cappella on your Instagram that I was like, wow, and your voice is beautiful. So I could see you. Oh, you're welcome. I could definitely see you on stage with me at some point, and I'm definitely gonna invite you down at some point in time. I know with this coronavirus going on, and the social distancing, we got to wait until all this drama ends. But I have a lot of visions. I would love to have you sing for the crowds that I speak to, and especially when I speak in the school systems.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, hopefully this whole corona thing is over soon. I've been going to the grocery store and then bringing my groceries home and sanitizing them.
Yeah, you're smart. You're smart because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do at this point in time. You can't, you can't be safe enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit more about the teaching aspect. Exactly. How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching for over 5 years now.
Okay. And do you do anything special? Now, one of the most special things I've seen now already, and going through school all the way through high school and college and everything, I've never had a teacher sing to me unless it was, the normal songs. But I can just imagine what you've done and what you created, almost, basically something to just go through school systems. Have you ever thought about maybe allowing other schools to purchase the ability to use your songs in their schools?
Yeah, I was actually looking at Superstar to do some things with it, like graduation and songs and stuff like that. The kids and I, we were actually supposed to film a video for the song as well, but after the whole COVID-19 and the schools shutting down and everything, it kind of put a halt on everything. And I also thought about doing a social emotional CD for preschool children.
Yeah.
So that's something like I would have to sit down and structure. Like I need specific beats, and I would have to go into the studio to record that. So that's like a project I have to really, really sit down and develop.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, let me ask you something. How do you feel about being a role model, which obviously you are especially for the young females, but I'm sure that males are looking at you in admiration as well. How do you feel about being a role model?
I feel good about it, especially because not everybody has a role model to look up to, especially someone that's near their age. Like, well, of course we're not the same age, but I'm not that much older than they are. So I do think that they feel a connection to me more so than they do with like older teachers per se.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We do have some things in common, like we listen to the same type of music. Even though they didn't believe me until I told them, like I grew up in an inner city area as well, very similar to Newark. So I know a lot of the things that they have to deal with growing up.
Where are you from?
I was born in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I'm from Paterson, New Jersey.
Okay. And have you toured at all? Have you did any, like concerts or anything?
I haven't done any really touring. I've done shows up here in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I've opened for Vivian Green, Sunshine Anderson.
Oh, wow. Wow.
PNB Rock. I actually sang Alicia Meyer's song on Instagram a few years ago. I want to thank you, and she actually saw it.
Oh, wow.
And responded to it.
Amazing.
I also opened, I think it was Jim Jones and Joel Santana as well in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I opened for them as well.
No, but I love it. I love following you. I love you being the way you're inspiring the youth. I love the kids. So it's just, we need you out here. We need you out here. And a next question I want to ask before we go to a break is I want to know what would you consider the most valuable lesson that you've learned coming up?
The most valuable lesson I would say I've learned is to plan and have money.
Right.
And in order to make anything move, regardless of what your dream is, you need a plan and you need money to put towards your goal.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. That is brilliant. So we're going to go to a break right now for a station identification, and we will be back with the lovely Kenya Atkinson.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right. Well, we're back with Miss Kenya. And Kenya, do me a favor. But we left off talking about planning and having a plan. And I'm a big believer in that as an inspirational speaker myself. Can you give us an example of some of your planning and maybe some of the structure that you did, whether it's, I know your passion is singing. So give us an example of something that you wrote out and you planned.
Well, I would say the recent plan, it's the one that's put on hold because of the virus, but I had spoken to the principal of my school, and we put together a plan to introduce Superstar to the school, to the rest of the students who had not heard it. I told her about the lyric video, put the lyric video out on YouTube, and then we were actually going through the process of putting t-shirts together, getting release forms ready, because the video was going to be shot partly in my school and in another location as well. Okay. So we had this big plan together for that. That's on hold until whenever the situation gets resolved, hopefully sooner than later.
Yes, I'm praying for that. Well, I know that I'm a northerner myself. I'm from Philadelphia, so not too far from Newark, New Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey. I actually played football, and I had to play against schools up in that area. For the young ladies, and we're going to talk about the young ladies now, because the ladies need that power as well, that big sister. Like you said, you're not far off of their age group. What would be your advice? What would be your advice as far as to create a plan? Is there any advice you would give them coming out?
Creating what type of plan for their future?
Their future and their desires and their dreams. What would you say to them?
Some of the girls I tell in my school, because even though I teach third grade, I deal with their siblings and just other kids who see me in the hallway. They're in 7th and 8th grade sometimes. I just tell them stay focused. Whatever you want to do, just know that if you believe it, then you can achieve it. Mm-hmm. You don't really have to listen to anybody else's, what they have to say. You don't have to listen to anybody's opinions, because at the end of the day, you decide what is going to happen in your life. So you just have to stay focused and stay around people who can motivate you as well.
Yes, I definitely agree. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Do you sing in church? Do you have a church background?
I haven't sang in church in a very long time, but I grew up in church and I sang on the choir. My mom sang on the choir. Everybody in my family either sings or plays the drums or the guitar. So
all musically inclined.
Yeah, it's like the Braxton. But I said they bit our style because I didn't know. I always thought my family was the only one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You better get those royalties. You better get those royalty checks.
Yeah, only get together like for the holidays. If it doesn't happen, like I stress out. So I try to make sure it always happens when we get together for the holidays. It's usually one of my aunts playing the piano. Then my uncle has the guitar. My nephew, he brings his drumsticks because he plays the drums. So we're always singing and doing like performances in the house during holidays.
Well, I know where I'm going to go spend some of the holidays now that I know you. I know I'm coming for the kill.
You can come to Clarkton, North Carolina.
Hey, ain't no doubt. I actually have an office and operation in Fayetteville, North Carolina, too. So when you said that, I just lit up because I have a couple teammates down there. So, I may have you come and sing for me right there in Fayetteville.
Oh, okay. I think that's 40 minutes away. My cousin is actually attending Fayetteville State, too.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, look at this. See, small world, Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So let me ask you.
I know some of our family, actually.
I mean, you never know. You never know. I tell you, I represent the New Life Ministries. Pastor Karen Evans runs that one right there in Fayetteville. So that is a big group there, and it mostly ladies. And we do the women's convention, women's conference every year for them. So it's pretty cool. I could definitely see you tagging along with me and me putting you out there so I could smile and put you on the show for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. I would love it. So
yeah, me too. It sounds good.
It's amazing. What advice would you give the young females coming out that would love to have a singing career?
Okay, so the advice I would give them is to be true to themselves, still have artists that they look up to, that they're motivated by, and listen to them. Still, even though they're listening to somebody else, they still need to have their own individual style, so they're not a carbon copy of somebody else, because it's most important to be unique and to be yourself and have your own sound so you can stick out from others.
I agree with that. How much time do you feel like you put into your art? Because I know you're a songwriter too. So how much time would you say that you put into this? Because I know you make it look easy when we hear you sing, but what kind of time frame do you rehearse and practice and everything?
Every day, and as far as writing, it varies. Because I may have one day that I don't write because I don't like to force myself to write. Right. And then maybe another day that I'm inspired by something and then I'll write as much as possible. Mm-hmm. But as far as practicing singing, I'm in my house. Sometimes at work too, when I'm by myself, mainly, not when I'm with kids. But
right. Unless you're singing Superstar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that anywhere online where I could hear it?
So Superstar is actually on my YouTube channel under the lyric video. So it's youtube.com/KAT she SHES. She's real. Okay. Awesome. And you can also look up, if you go into the search bar, you can type in K-AT for K-AT Superstar. Okay. Yeah, because I want the listeners to be able to go and listen to you, and I want to go hear that song too, because I don't think I haven't heard that one yet. Mm-hmm. So and on my Instagram, there's a link Instagram too. So if you go to my Instagram, I have a link and it takes you to a bunch of different sites where I have things.
Tell us how to get on your Instagram. I know how to do it, but tell our listeners how to get on there.
So my Instagram, I'm at @TheRealK_AT. So the THE real REAL, the letter K _AT.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, I love talking to you. I would love to have you on again. And like I said, I would definitely want to work on some things, projects maybe that we can do together. We get our people talking to your people and get you down here so you can grace the stage with me.
Yeah, that would be good. I was in Virginia a few years ago, and I was supposed to go back to go perform, and I never ended up making it back down there. So that's something I'll definitely be looking forward to.
Oh man, that'd be great. We got to put you on like that. We got to get you down here. I want the rest of the world to hear you too. I know I was impressed with you, and I come from a singing background family as well. So when I hear it, I just know it's there. When you sung that song a cappella, I was like, I'm done. She's there. She's there, because we both know that's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, trying to stay in tune.
That's right. We know it's not the easiest thing. Well, I thank you so much, Kenya, once again for coming on. And
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was a pleasure. And anytime we can have you on here at the Cherokee Edwards Inspires, I want to have you on, okay?
All right, and you inspire me as well, so thank you for being a big inspiration too.
Oh, you're so welcome, darling. And you keep following me, I'll follow you, and we'll see each other at the top.
All right, thank you.
All right, you be safe. I'll talk to you. God bless.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.